boy can't left me alone. Chat to me back, bad man can't try and we beef can't see me one. My man never act right, them a distraction. Sim me get a ride, and maybe my bump wide. Them bad man slide on the rhythm man.
Knife shot. On the phone, on the way up, on the way up, on the chair. Replay, no, walk up the place. Girl, don't know, rock up the place.
Make a bad girl whine. If you want chat me, I decline it. The body stay hot in the time. Down the beat and rewind it, rewind. You wanna ring down the phone. Then the boy can't let me alone. Chat to me back, bad man can't try and come get wrong.
For the girl who on a Friday, for the girl take the pan a Tuesday, for the goon them a move. Bambi and herb them on the one.
Me need a woman who know fi wine up. Me need a woman who know fi why them a pray me like TV. I find out who a rude boy have the money I fi fly. Me want every weekend get a new hot girl every season. Only cause of the way and the reason. One out of the big dog and the demon. Knife shot what. Still cool, keep my hand on the phone on the way up, on the chair. Replay, no, walk up the place. Hot girl, don't know, rock up the place. Chair replay, no, walk up the place. Hot girl, don't know, rock up the place.
Make a bad girl whine. If you want chat me, I decline it. The body stay hot in the time. Down the beat and rewind it, rewind. You wanna ring down the phone. But the boy can't let me alone. Chat to me back, bad man can't try and come get wrong. I know slowly, like you know me, I'm ready, baby, so come on.
And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Pass to Nembhard. No one near Turner as he lets it go. No good with the triple. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Dagnall for a minute. We talked about the challenge of game planning for Tyrese Halliburton. Coach said we have to stay in front of him. The second he gets a step on us, that's when it's going to pick your poison with him. If our guys stay in front of him, I think we should be fine. Back to you.
Thank you, David. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
To the paint, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills. Tyrese Halliburton saying, I'm not just a pure shooter, folks. I've got a little ups in my game.
Pass to Williams. Now, here's Doris. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Back to Halliburton. Pass to Turner. Siakam outside. And stolen by Caruso. Nobody near Williams. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. To the inside. Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Now that's called positioning, and Turner has the verticality to make it easy.
Here's Williams. Over Siakam. The Thunder with another miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Siakam throws it down.
Well, Pascal Siakam has the ability to play on the inside and score with that length.
It's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Here's Nembhard. No good on the three.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he makes good on the layup. He's got 8.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Outside Turner. And the three off target. Oklahoma City trailing. Pass to Holmgren. Holmgren the screen. The tray. Traps in the tray.
Well, the very definition of a stretch big, right? Chet Holmgren comes in with the reputation as a spacer.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Some changes here for the Pacers. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. They trail by 1. Toppin. And then Toppin with the jam.
My goodness, Toppin puts on a show. What a special dunker this guy is.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
On the wing, Bryant. Second shot opportunity. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Toppin. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 12. At the top of the key, Williams. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He wrapped 14. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
And Doris, when you look at Aaron Nesmith, he is someone that has accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin, and what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. And somebody defenses must now account for from range. Love the work put in. Miles Turner covered tightly, but nonetheless scores it. That is really well done.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Daigneault said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. You know, David, he is fearless. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That's no good. He's shooting 5 of 10 for the night. Pacers trail by 6. Back to Turner. Indiana again, turning it over. And Indiana making a change here.
Pacers substitution. Obi Toppin. Mathurin.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Outside Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Williams has got the lead up to 9 now for the Thunder. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play. All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Nembhard. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. To the middle. Here's Turner. Thunder with the rebound. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Count the basket.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that...
His head, put a water on me, know that's how I fiend. Me cash changer, hold him in. Don't mislead her. I can get it a lot tougher. Had a chance to wonder nothing different. Keep around and score me. Ain't hard to people know you artificial. Can't keep around and score me bad for being lit.
The thing in our overdrive. Can't touch. Can't rush. Select it. Down. Select it. Down. Select it.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. Here's Brown. Jokic inside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game. The high basketball IQ of Klay Thompson finding a better look there.
Here's Murray. And it's Jokic missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. A three-pointer, no good. Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. Back to Jokic. Stolen by Thompson. Irving drives in. Here's Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
21st pick in the 2022 draft, Christian Brown, who won a title with Denver during his rookie year. And their coach, Michael Malone, used him in certain situations, and he flourished.
Well, you know, Kevin, he won a college championship the year before. This guy's played in a lot of high-pressure games, and that is what has given Michael Malone the confidence to go with him. He was ready for those moments.
Ready indeed. Good on the bucket.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Outside Irving. To the paint. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And there's the whistle, illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. 4-point game. Pass to Davis. Here's Irving. Outside, Davis. 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Here's Jokic. The teardrop falls in.
And the teardrop coming from a 7-footer? No one is stopping the Joker there.
And looking back, Coach, how great was it to see the Nuggets win their first title back in 2023?
One of the great NBA stories, Kevin. It was huge. It was a moment years in the making. That championship meant so much to the city of Denver and its fans.
And if Jokic has the position inside, forget it.
Here's Irving to the inside. The shot's good from Gafford.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted, but there's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it, but I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
And Gafford throws it down.
Yeah, that's next level stuff from AD. He draws the eyes of the defense and then locates the open man.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Substitution on the court.
34 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Murray. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And inside Murray's attacking mentality pays off. He just works hard to find his own shot.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 20 feet out. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Now, here is Irving. Over Porter. Irving, good.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Jokic has a two-pointer. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks lead by 4.
And the Mavericks, 14.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Mavericks.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
Outside Irving. Back to Lively. And finished off by Lively.
Given his shooting ability, Irving presents a ton of problems in the pick and roll.
Here's Murray. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Mavericks leading by 4. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone. When you think about the best ball handlers of all time, where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
From 13, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's a big reason why Jordan's field goal percentage is always so high, because most of his finishes come right at the rim.
Christie can't make it.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
So it's the Mavericks now. Right side, Irving. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Inspiring display of imagination. Irving simply creates ways to finish.
Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at running the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Pass to Jordan. Outside Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here's Westbrook. And Davis pulls it down. Mavericks leading by 4. To the middle. Here's Lively. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Denver now. Pass to Jokic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first personal.
Last season, Stan, Jokic passed LeBron's all-time triple-double mark, and he did it stunningly in 813 fewer games.
Yeah, now it's really possible, Kevin, that he's going to end up at the top of that triple-double list by the time his career's over. He's got the big O and Westbrook in his sights. You know, don't sell this guy short. He can do it almost any night.
Back to Jokic. Hands the shot from the wing. Jokic has got 9 points.
And he is brimming with confidence. Jokic just doesn't question his decision.
Out to the wing. Now Lively. Out left to the wing. 6 to shoot. Shot left block. Misses the baby hook.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Mavericks leading by 5. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time.
Westbrook is so much more difficult to defend when that 3 ball is going down.
Pass to Marshall. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Marshall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Westbrook. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. Leading by 5. Exum with a wide open look. No good on the triple. And here are the Nuggets now. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Lively. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
Daniel Gafford.
50 seconds left in the second quarter. Westbrook, no good. Mavericks leading by 5. Screen by Gafford. Inside. Good defense by Jokic. And here's Denver. Westbrook with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. Watson. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. 2 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Back to Dinwiddie. Pass to Gafford. Jokic grabs the miss. 4 seconds left. He can't get that one to fall.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Mavericks ahead, leading by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And the Denver Nuggets, led by multi-time MVP Nikola Jokic, and they've done a tremendous job surrounding him with the right kind of people.
They certainly have, Kevin. But one caveat here. You can surround Nikola Jokic with any player, Kevin, and he will figure out their strengths and get them the ball where they need to have it. This guy makes everyone better.
So you think we're not giving enough attention maybe to what he thinks upstairs, how he sees the game?
He sees the game, Kevin, as well as anyone who's ever played it, and he directs traffic out there. He is a true point center.
Back to Irving. Outside, Davis. Back to Irving. 5 on the clock. Wants to get it to Gafford, and does.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Here's Murray. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
The Nuggets shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And then Washington with the dunk.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier. But I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Mavericks leading. Irving looking over the floor. Shooting foul as the whistle blows, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
And such an unpredictable player. Irving excels at realizing how to trick defenders with that shot fake.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Pass to Gordon. Here's Murray. And Davis sends it back.
What a play by Davis. You think you can get it over me? Nuh-uh. Not on my watch.
Outside Porter. Pocket 6. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Porter's got the game tied up here for Denver. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
And Davis gets it to go.
And Davis shoots a high percentage because he's so adept at playing to his strength.
Pass to Gordon. On the wing, Porter. Kicks it out to Gordon. Offensive rebound. Jokic on the follow.
Oh, you got to put a body on Jokic or he'll torch you on the offensive glass.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. On the wing, Davis. Davis doing his thing inside.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in this second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
And Jokic drops them both. 1:41 left in the third. And here is Irving. He's got 5. Good work there as it goes. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, terrific feel for where the defense is hedging. Irving knows that's his shot to take.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
To the paint. Here's Gafford. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. He's got 10.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Westbrook wide open. He fires. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Mavericks leading by 3. Outside, Davis. 41 seconds left to play in the third. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And with all the different things he does, you expect AD to put up points every night. He's a lot to handle.
Denver calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
To the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Thompson. And he makes both free throws.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Here's Murray. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been...
The Mavericks, 44.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Nuggets trailed by 7. Here's Jokic. Mavericks with the rebound. To the inside. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Screen by Gafford. Irving with a clean look. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Jokic rising up.
Capable of being a very potent scorer, Jokic certainly has looked focused so far in this one.
Pass to Washington. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Nuggets trail. On the wing, Gordon. On the wing, Porter. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brown. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Porter, no luck. And it's Irving with the ball for Dallas. Davis in the corner. Back to Irving. Inside. Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
I like the selfless approach from Kyrie tonight, doing whatever he can to help his team.
For 3, Murray. On the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Down low. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavericks.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
Here's Jokic. And he swishes it right through. Jokic has got 19 points.
A focal point of this offense, Jokic is comfortable handling the bulk of the scoring load on this team.
Here's Gafford. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Pass to Brown. Gordon outside. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Brown. Off target from outside.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Here's Davis. The screen from Thompson. Irving with it. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Davis, that's for two. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. The Nuggets trailed by 9. Pass to Jokic. It's rebounded by Dallas. .115 left in the fourth quarter. To the inside. And Gafford throws it down.
A dependable distributor. Irving is adept at seeing the floor and making the pass. And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw some.
Got the same story when I say Wazam. Was that just how we say good morning? Another day, another dollar. Wazam, yeah. I be stunting like a big timer. Wazam, yeah. Another night. Wazam, yeah. She give you drama. Wazam, yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. Wazam, yeah. You need motion, I got all kinds of. Wazam, yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. Wazam, yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. Wazam, on the party going up, we just getting started in the air. Got these some on my lap. My spidey senses plotting. This attention cross the room from them who's been watching. I'm throwing up the east like it's bad on my stomach. They put a thumbs up like hitchhiking in the thunder. In my hood we all the same, but we all got it popping. When I say Wazam, that means you doing your thing, partner. Yeah. Another day, another dollar. Wazam, yeah. I be stunting like a big timer. Wazam, yeah. Another night. Wazam, yeah. She give you drama. Wazam, yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. Wazam, yeah. You need motion, I got all kinds of. Wazam, yeah. If you see me, just give me a holler. Wazam, yeah.
This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. Morant with it. Pass to Bain. Back to Morant. Here's Edey. Kessler with a rebound. Left side, Sexton. Down low. Tries to keep it alive. Markkanen. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low. And setting the tempo with an assertive move, like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Thank you for that, Allie. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Grant.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, BA. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
And Utah has possession. The Grizzlies making their last shot. 6 to shoot. Marketed inside. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. To the paint. Bain. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Outside Sexton. Great D that time from Bain. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Jazz trail by 4. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Pass to Kessler. Clock at 6. Back to Collins. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Kicks it out to Clarkson. And here's Moran. Aldama, left side. Some room here for Bain. And there are the Grizzlies with another bucket.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Yeah, that's a good look for Collins. I like the offensive approach right there.
Pass to Aldama. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
2 points. That one goes.
He's capable of torching you from there. Collins has great confidence in his mid-range jumper.
Pass to Aldama. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's Edey. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Morant. Utah grabs the miss.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
It's good.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Pick by Aldama. And it's Morant off the drive. And then Morant with the dunk.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Jazz trail by 4. Pass to Collins. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
That one goes. Count it. Morant's got his second basket.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Kicks it out to Collins. To the inside. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. Here's Morant. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Memphis ahead. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, it's all fast break points. Those easy buckets. They are so hard to come by in the NBA. So if you get a chance to run, you have to take advantage of it.
From the baseline. No good. A bit long that time. Memphis leading by 6. Doris, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. Here's Clarkson. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Driving to the basket. Yes, it's good.
Well, Jordan Clarkson loves the offensive end, and he's in the flow on that drive. That's nice.
Here's Morant. Kicks it out to Clark. Pass to Bain. Clark with the screen. From the stripe. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Markkanen for 3. The rebound by Jackson. Memphis leading by 6. Right side, Morant.
I see him.
Back to Bain. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Memphis making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
That'll be a 5-second call. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Pass to Clarkson. Collins a screen. Here's George. For 3. Utah with another miss.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And it's Jordan Clarkson with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Jazz on D. Trailing by 8. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Clark.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection. But you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Pass to Kennard. Here's Wells. Inside. Clark. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the game. First one falls for him. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. He's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Now here's George. He's scoreless. Kicks it out to Collins. Shot clock at 6. The jump hook. Memphis with a rebound. We've got 1:48 left in the half. Aldama outside. To the inside. And he dunks it down.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. On the wing, Clarkson. Here's Kessler. Kicks it out to Collins. Back to Kessler. Pass to Collins. Kessler a screen. They still need this. Collins, no good. Memphis leading by 11. 54 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
George scanning the floor. Clarkson outside. Back to George. Pass to Collins. Utah with another miss.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kennard has the open look. Nice form on the 20-footer. And the Grizzlies lead by 13.
Well, guys who are known as shooters are always ready on the catch. Luke Kennard, rise and fire.
Clarkson, left side. And so it's Memphis. In command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Outside for Sexton. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Oh, the vertical of Morant is simply incredible. I mean, he's fantastic at using it to his advantage on the inside.
Here's Collier. Still no points. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Edey. Grizzlies lead by 13. Morant looking around. Oh, ripped away. Back to Collins. Outside for Sexton. Down low. That shot is off. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. 3 on 3. Second half of basketball. Just over a minute played so far. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And one thing that Morant has always been a lead at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Here's Collier. And if they're going to make a move, this is a good time to start.
And there's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't want to let this game get too far out of hand.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, John Morant is excited to be back on the court, and he's looking to lead this Grizzlies team back to the postseason. He said of the adversity, quote, "It made me better. I'm just grateful and thankful for the position I'm in." Brian, it's great to have him back in action.
Yeah, everyone loves a comeback story, Allie. Thanks.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Utah shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Well, Doris, the 7-footer from Finland, Lauri Markkanen. What makes him so tough to stop?
Well, the size you mentioned, 7 foot. The sweet shooting that he provides has got tremendous range and accuracy from 3-point territory. Can put it on the deck, is willing to mix it up on the glass. There's a lot to like. Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
loose. And stolen by Sexton. In transition, here come the Jazz. Another shot. And the call will be against Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Collier to the middle. Clock at 6. Back to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
Jazz foul. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession.
Out of bounds. Grizzlies ball.
Jazz on D. It's a 14-point game. Pass to Edey. Back to Morant. To the paint. Edey, that's good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
There's a screen. George for 3. Another 3 for Utah.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Pass to Bane. Up top, Jackson. Outside Bane. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Kessler.
Just a load to deal with inside. When Jackson Jr. goes up strong, he puts the defense in difficult situations. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. George outside. They set the screen. Three-pointer. The rebound by Edey.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Yeah, teams try to get physical with Morant, but he shows exceptional body control off the contact.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Memphis?
These guys have incredible stamina based on how they've been running the floor, using speedy transition play to get fast break points.
Now here's Clarkson. The 3. Here's Potter. Off with the layup.
Well, being aggressive and assertive. The big man snatching the rebound.
And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line. He's shooting free throws number 4 and 5 here.
The boundless athleticism Morant has is really special. He's someone that is always in attack mode.
Here's Juzang. And there's the screen. Pass to Potter. Here's Juzang. Fires in the triple. Juzang's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
George outside. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's Utah with a 3.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score.
49.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Pippen. Pass to Wells. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
That's tipped. To the inside. And he can't jam it through.
Okay, that's how you stop a dunk. The defender brings the interference in a big way.
Clarkson outside. Here he goes. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, we understand that Jordan Clarkson is strong enough to take contact and continue through the play. Nice aggressiveness.
Pass to Pippen. To the right side. Fires the three. Wells misses. Jazz trail by 19. George outside. They set a pick. Fires for three. Memphis with a rebound. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Aldama. Drills it from deep.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
George. Down low. And it's blocked by Clark. And the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much, as the officials will send him to the line to shoot free throws. So both teams making some changes here. And he sinks the second. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Left side Morant. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul.
It's just a bad foul. Gotta be smarter than this.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Markkanen.
Out of bounds. Grizzlies ball.
Outside Bain. Lets it go from deep. And another three for Memphis.
Big day for their backcourt. Their guards have really set the tone for the rest of this team.
Here's Collier. Outside Sexton. Collins a screen. Sexton with it. Jackson in his pocket. Outside Sexton. Just 5 on the clock. And down it goes. 2 points.
And Colin Sexton is a scorer. It doesn't matter if he's on the interior. This guy is determined to capitalize.
Back to Morant.
Utah foul. Collier. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Jackson on the wing. From behind the arc. Kessler with a rebound.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Driving in. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
And stolen by Markkanen. Collier. And he banks in the layup. Collier's got 4 points this quarter.
It's not just the decision-making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Gets the three to fall.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Collins a screen. Here's Sexton. Pass to Kessler. Launches a three. Memphis with a rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes. It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Grizzlies.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Ja Morant.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Jackson on the wing. Pass to Kennard. There's a screen. Here's Pippen. And there are the Grizzlies with another bucket.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight they've done that and then some.
They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Here's Clark. Misses from close range. 29 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Filipowski. And it's blocked by Clark. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Pass to Pippen. Back to Kennard. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's George. And George with the jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These people done turned us into bosses. That's my new. Oh, yeah. Hey, I find a loophole. Been since a youngster. Fully, we can't let no punk us. About no, I treat a model like a free. I know thugs, I know. I was raised to get some money, flip that like 10 ways. And my money hungry, stack that like they getting paid. Rolls Royces in the trenches, parked in front of Section 8. I'm on a strict diet, hood, bocce, and you know how I rock. I pass the don't ask if one up top. We at the Angelino at the top. If I don't introduce the she going, go ahead and shoot your shot. I throw the lamb in course. I'm on Deuce Block. He run out for sport. We off the court. They hating, that's of course. Them bum poor. Sponsoring no got money, we want more. I find a loophole. Been since a youngster. Fully, we can't let no punks.
The Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Utah Jazz. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. Now here's Maxey. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Kessler a screen. Here's Markkanen. Rebound by Philadelphia. Here's Maxey. And he banks in the layup. Maxey's got his second basket.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Pass to Markkanen. Offline with a three. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. 4-point game. And here's Oubre from the arc. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
The three from Sexton. Connects from downtown.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
George for three. And the 76ers another three.
And you got to appreciate the competitive fire on display. It's almost like George says, you make one on me, I'm coming back at you for revenge.
Now here's Sexton. Markkanen outside. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Markkanen sets a screen. There's the triple. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
I mean, let me remind you, Markkanen is 7 feet tall. It's incredible how he shoots it so well from deep.
Well, Coach Lauri Markkanen, it's been an interesting study to watch his game continue to improve every year.
Yeah, it certainly has, Brian. You know, he was a complimentary player for quite a while, and then finally has developed into a primary offensive threat, and he has thrived.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Clarkson outside. And the shot's good.
Good maneuver to get inside. Clarkson is sneaky.
The Sixers lead by 4. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Will Hardy.
The biggest focus on the defensive end, the big man, Joel Embiid. Coach telling me that they've talked a lot about how to defend Embiid. They have a great film session on it, but at the end of the day, he said Joel is a monster down low, so there's only so much you can do. It'll be fun watching the process do his thing tonight, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
And Maxey's got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lead by 4. Pass to Oubre. Into the lane. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Clarkson outside. Drains the triple. Clarkson's got 5.
Rise and fire away. This is Clarkson's attitude as soon as he catches the rock.
Here's Maxey. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Philadelphia leading by 5. To the paint. Gabaselli. Kessler with a rebound. Here's Sexton. Inside. Collins. And it's good for 2.
Yeah, that's a good look for Collins. I like the offensive approach right there.
Down low. Gabaselli. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Kessler.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the second free throw is good. Here's George. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Going inside. And he buries his first look.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
And it's Lowry penetrating. And here's Oubre from the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go. Give him 8.
Oh, neither of these teams can miss. At the same time, neither is playing a ton of defense either.
What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for Philadelphia. He put together 10 points in the quarter.
22.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Markkanen. Three-pointer. That's what he does. Lauri Markkanen.
Shots like this help Markkanen get in rhythm. The D must be aware of his ability to catch and fire.
We'll stand former second-round pick Jordan Clarkson. He's averaged double-digit scoring every season.
Yeah, Brian, and he's done it primarily as a sixth man. He actually already ranks among the top 10 in all-time points scored off the bench, and he's still moving up the ladder.
It is interesting that he prefers to come off the bench.
Yes, some guys do.
Markkanen sets a screen. Back to George. Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
The control and focus from Embiid, able to absorb hits from the defense and still finish.
Markkanen outside. No good on the triple. The Sixers lead by 7. Lowry outside. Now here's Embiid. 5 points in the game. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Yeah, Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Jazz trail by 9. Can they get it? George, no good. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Pass to Embiid. Back to Lowry. Now George. Now Embiid. He's got 7. Just 3 to shoot. For 3, Gordon nails it from beyond the arc. And now a 12-point Philadelphia lead. And it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
Now Philadelphia with it. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Gordon, left side. From deep. And the 76ers, another 3.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Markkanen. Oh, Markkanen good in the paint.
Being Markkanen is 7 feet tall, he's absolutely an inside threat. I just love watching him capitalize from this area.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning a title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning. That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night."
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And the 76ers making a change here. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree, Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization. Will Hardy is just another one who is developing into an outstanding NBA coach.
George. Yep, that one goes.
And just muscling it in. George, very aggressive.
Kessler on the double team. For 3, George on target from range. George has got 6.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
George's shot is off.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focus all the way through the play.
Pass to Embiid. Strong finish by Embiid.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
Here's George. And Embiid with the block. And that'll be Utah's ball as it goes out of bounds. Jazz able to keep possession. Clarkson outside. To the inside. Back to Kessler. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Potter. Kessler's got space. The rebound by Embiid.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Inside, Embiid gets the advantage.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Potter. And that's not going to go. And so it's Philadelphia in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. We'll be right back with you shortly. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Here's Collier. No points so far. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Kelly Oubre picks one up.
Man, good whistle there.
Utah shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Stan, how do you think the Utah Jazz have fared with a relatively young squad?
Well, Brian, I'd say admirably. It's not easy to be the less experienced team figuring things out all the time, but they continue to grow and work and get better.
Pass to Embiid. And Embiid fires it home.
Yeah, good things happen when Embiid has the ball in his hands. I mean, this guy can do it all.
Here's Collier. To the middle. Here's Collins. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
The Sixers lead by 14. Pass to Embiid. To the inside. Now George. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. George has got 8.
Start it. Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Collier. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Jazz trail by 15. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Drives to the hoop. Here's Kessler. Pass to Collier. Now Sexton. Oh, he misses the dunk. Here's McCain. He buries it.
This for my city, this for my city, this for the town, this for the town, this for the win, this for the win, this for the crown, this for the crown, this for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them, I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city, I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, 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 this for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them, I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city, I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, this for my city, you know how we own it, they know how we coming. Visit my city, we thank you for coming. We party at night and go home in the morning. Shorty is watching, she know that I'm on her. Got me excited, she know that I want her. Tell me your price, she want me to spoil her. She don't like rappers, she only ballers. This for the city, this for the boroughs. They saying that I'm the Tupac of my borough. We had to get it, we had to hustle. Couldn't just sit and watch our family struggle. See me outside, they know that I'm thorough. Never been weak, it had to be muscle. I'm from a city that nobody trusts. You get money, so even your haters will love you. This for my city, this for my city, this for the town, this for the town, this for the win, this for the win, this for the crown, this for the crown, this for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them, I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city, I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, 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 this for my homies and brothers, they know that I love them, I got them, I'm holding it down. Shorty, you pretty, you come to my city, I promise, I'll show you around. This for my city, this for my city, this for the that live in my city. This is for Ricky, soon as you step in the city.
It's a Western Conference battle in San Francisco as the Warriors look to work the home court advantage. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sideline. Back to Podziemski. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
First team foul.
It didn't take long for Podziemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
A loaded 6'10" Ben Simmons moves around like a guard, and let's just say this, I'm happy I don't have to guard him.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Pass to Podziemski. Outside for Curry. Off target with his three.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And here is Simmons. In the corner, Powell with it. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Zubac. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
Now here's Curry. Green, the screen. Goes up from the top of the key. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Here's Harden. Outside for Simmons. Pass to Zubac. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in. Zubac has got his second bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
They kick it out to Green. Pass to Podziemski. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
Yeah, Green loves tearing your defense apart by making great passes and executing on offense.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 5. And here's Leonard. A 3 ball. Down low. And that one's good, Simmons. And that's now 7 points for Ben Simmons.
At 6'10", Simmons knows he has the height needed to score inside. He just has to finish strong.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Here's Curry. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. No good from Zubac.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Count it.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense, but what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the 3 ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooters.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. A different look for the Clippers. 1:09 left in the first quarter. Warriors trailed by 6. Pajemski with it. Pass to Hield. And there's the drive. And then Hield with the dunk.
Good take. We all know Hield can shoot. The threat of the outside J helps open up those driving lanes for him.
Here's Dunn. The Warriors pull it in. On the wing, Green. Hasn't made one yet. Pajemski with it. Jones covering. And Jones sends it back. Outside Butler. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Butler with the jam.
Using his strength and athleticism, plays like this from Butler just motivates his team.
Jones, no luck. And here's Golden State. Trailing by 2. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off and just didn't get there quick enough.
Substitution for your Warriors. Trace Jackson Davis.
They kick out to Hield. Shoots the 3. Not going to go that time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 2.
First quarter score. Your Warriors.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Clippers.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
To the middle. Jackson Davis can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 4. Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Outside Curry. Back to Jackson Davis. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Well, you want to stop Steph in the two-man game, but he's so smart. He'll get others involved.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Back to Curry. Here's Hield with the drive. And they'll keep possession. Here's Curry. Pass to Jackson Davis. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Jackson Davis has got 4 points this quarter. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Teams changing it up here. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Clippers moving the ball around. Back to Harden. Pass to Zubac. And the layup's good off the glass. Zubac has got 8 points.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
Over in the corner, Kuminga. Now Harden. Now Powell. No scoring in this one. Nobody near Leonard. Offline with his three. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
The quintessential glue guy. Green does all the dirty work. You need one of these guys on your team because he has such a diverse skill set.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, last season Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good, and now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
To the inside, Green. Kuminga down low. Outside for Curry. Pass to Hield. Curry on the wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
Now Powell. Outside, Simmons. A three from Leonard. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Leonard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Just another place you have to take Leonard seriously. He's so capable from the outside.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. 1:10 left in the first half of the game. Inside. Butler. Hammering it home.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Clippers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
Let me say this. If you need it, he's got it. Harden does everything you want out of an offensive weapon.
It's stolen by Kuminga. Pass to Butler. Now, here's Looney. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Well, let's see how they play the clock.
Now here's Powell. Still yet to score. Here he goes. Back to Butler. That shot misses. Great D that time from Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 6-point lead.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
And here is Curry. Overdone. And that concludes the first half. Clippers lead by 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Bogdanovich. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Pass to Eubanks. Here's Coffey. There's the triple. Buries the long-range jumper. Coffey's got 5.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun. That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Outside, Jones. And Brandon Pajemski gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Let's hear it for your Warriors Junior Jam Squad.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Bogdanovich goes in. Unloads from 9. Drained for 2 points. Bogdanovich has got his first points of the game. Curry with it. Now guarded by Dunn. It's deflected. They get it back. Right side Curry. Shot clock at 6. Bogdanovich with it. Here's Coffey. Dunn outside. And Jones steals it in.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Here's Zubac. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Green, the screen. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 5.
Such a quick release. As soon as the ball touches his hands, it's gone.
Screen by Zubac. Harden, no good. Warriors trail by 10. Outside, Green. Butler in the corner. Misses the 3.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
A 3 from Leonard. Green with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And he's never been shy about asserting his dominance. This is classic Jimmy Butler play so far.
Back to Zubac. Leonard looking around. Pass to Simmons. It's picked off. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his 4th foul of the contest. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Payton with the ball. Guarded by Powell. Payton drives in. Jackson Davis. Excellent defense there from Zubac. Outside Leonard. Some solid defense from Butler.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight coverage.
Back to Zubac. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Butler. Pass to Jackson Davis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And here is Dunn. Clippers moving the ball around. Up top, Leonard. Now here's Powell. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, Leonard really utilizing the vision to find the crack in the defensive coverage.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. It's going by heel. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter.
The Clippers, 43.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Curry. Pass to Hield. From past the arc. And Jones pulls it down.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside Leonard. And it's Looney with the rebound. Warriors trail by 8. Butler with the ball. Now, here's Looney. Defended by Jones. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome. He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Eubanks, no good. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. 6-point game. No good on that one. Ready by Bogdanovich. Done with it. Now guarded by Hield. Done shot's good.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Outside Curry. Shot from the top of the key. And right through it goes.
He has perfected his ability in the pick and roll. Curry going to work.
To the paint. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Pass to Green. Outside for Curry. Here's Podziemski. Now Curry. Shot clock at 5. Steph, perfection from the arc.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And the Clippers making a change here. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Outside, Simmons. Right side, Leonard. The Warriors pull it in. Pass to Curry. Wide open. And good. He nails it. And now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Pass to Looney. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul.
He's off on the first.
At the line for 2.
That one is no good. Los Angeles leading by 5. Left side, Leonard. Kicks it out to Harden.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
6 to shoot. He takes it in. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And now a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
This is Harden's specialty. He's excellent at gutting through contact on the drive.
And now the Clippers on the break. Offensive rebound. Nobody's stopping Kawhi on that break.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Pass to Podziemski. His 3-pointer's off the mark. And it's the Clippers.
You can't call me your majesty. She say I'm the man in her dreams. I'm her fantasy. You know you ain't find nothing. Boy, stop asking about it. You might catch little bro ballin'. He Bryce Max me. Thought she was gonna be my Valentine. Only good f***ing cooking. Watch Matilda. Watch me drive the form with my kneecap. Before they close the fix my fingers. Goodness, he took my swag to Woodwork. I gotta keep that boy my only good look. Look ago, I'm feeling like Snoop and Suge now. They act like it's hoodlum, no way no kid look up to. Came up out the slums, but next house gon' have a butler. Know you heard little cousin and they swing it like nunchuck. Like Alvin the Chipmunk. Right now, on my ass, I ain't do sit up. Say thanks to my guys, all y'all who wanna hit trend up. Tired of stealing stuff, tell them where you got it from. I need something for Father's Day, I need roses by the dozen. I am not in competition, I'll blow your budget. Kobe Bryant, you DeMar DeRozan, this is not a fire drill. I swear to God, I'm my grandma. This is not a fire drill.
It's a couple different ways you make it out this life. Know your steps just in case they come cut out the lights. Got no respect for no reading out my rights. Fame expensive, maybe we can speak about the price. When they talk about my name, know I define greatness. We couldn't rush a day, it took divine patience. Ain't nothing been the same, that's just my observation. These memories never fade, no I cannot erase them. I done watched loyalty disintegrate, blowing in the wind, windows down on the interstate. I was confused, I always thought when the money came, that meant sunny days, and all your problems just went away. Ain't nothing slow me down like when I had a... Sometimes it was, then it was like we was at the light. Baby, that precise, you're not familiar with begging God to just bring my energy protected. I've been burning sage, follow how you feel it. You won't be led astray. I said it and I meant it. Don't know no other way. They ask me how I'm doing. I tell them I'm doing great. Cause if I really wasn't, could you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? When your talent speak for itself, never pretend to be great. I moved on from that Nike box. I tried to fill up a safe. Get real, it turn you numb, feel like your feelings erase. You ain't never got the chills till you shake. Homie, the streets cold. No contributions to nothing I was pursuing. I understand it's hard to call it a movement if it ain't moving. Keep your energy the same from all them days when I felt ruined. Had everything to gain, but you complain while we regrouping. We sat around the table, broke bread like the Cypher. Judas, I could feel you touch a snake and it might bite you. Can I call and ask you for the things you asking me? Probably wouldn't let me use your bathroom if I had to. You probably wouldn't throw no water on me. Now you trying to swim. You see my jeweler threw some water on me. If I was you and you was me, you would've left me out. Got it on my own, I would never ask you to help me. My energy protected. I've been burning sage. Follow how you feeling. You won't be led astray. I said it and I meant it. Don't know no other way. They ask me how I'm doing. I tell them I'm doing great. Cause if I really wasn't, could you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help?
It's the Eastern Conference on display, featuring the Boston Celtics. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. The fadeaway. Jason Tatum grabs the board. And so, it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Clark, we know what a great player Joel Embiid is. He was the 2023 MVP. And he was on that same road until he got injured last season.
Unfortunate to see the big fella Embiid deal with the injuries that he has throughout his career, even going back to his 1 year in college. It's unfortunate, but that has hampered what is a special talent in Embiid.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
Pass to Embiid. Over Porzingis. Again, Embiid missing. On offense, here are the Celtics. Porzingis can't hit. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game. Guys?
Thank you, David. Steps back. Pass to Yabusele. Here's George. Count that one.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
Now Tatum. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
To the inside. And George with the stuff.
George playing strong down low. Love to see him finish with authority.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
6 to shoot. Kicks it out to Maxey. Going inside. And that one drops.
Boy, I like it. Quick, aggressive move by Maxey.
And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 2. Pulls up. High post. Tatum's shot is off.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses. Boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Here's Boston. Down low. Doesn't go that time. Outside, George. Pass to Yabusele. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
To the middle. Tatum no good. Now the 76ers with it. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Pass to Yabusele. Now here is George. He gets that one. George has got 6 points.
PG-13, using that length inside.
White, good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Maxey. And it's White with the rebound. Celtics trail by 4. Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Rise up, Drew. He's a big guard, folks. Holiday is physical, too.
To the paint. Here's Embiid. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Yabusele. Second chance effort. And Boston with the rebound. It's Brown on the way. Inside. Here's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And, you know, we can't measure heart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
It's all tied in Philadelphia. The second quarter coming up right at
the Celtics. 12.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here
early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they hit the ground running, had a strong start to the game, but they're hoping they can manage the rest of the way.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime in Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Here's McCain. From outside, off the mark. Celtics leading by 4. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
And Philadelphia has possession. Back to Embiid. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep, too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch. This guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Tatum clearly putting on a show in this one, doing it all.
Here's McCain. Nothing on the board. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. There's the drive. Outside, Porzingis. Brown, right side. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And the Celtics making a change here. Here's Brown. To the middle. Here's Holiday. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Boy, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Celtics leading by 4. Brown outside. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Defenses struggle with Porzingis in the paint. I mean, he's able to shoot right over most defenders.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team, showing that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Outside Holiday. The high post shot. And again, it's Boston converting.
Boy, what a sweet touch from the mid-range from Holiday. I like seeing him capitalize from this area of the floor.
Here's Maxey. The 76ers again can't hit it. The Celtics working the ball around now. Pass to Craig. There's the triple. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Down low. The three from George. Here's Yabusele. Still without a basket. 2 on the clock. Shot on the wing. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Back to Horford. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, it's so hard to stop Horford when he's that physical down low. Most defenders have a tough time dealing with him.
Pass to Grimes. Here's George. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
And so it's the Boston Celtics bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back to the action in just a minute. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Here's Holiday. To the inside. Tatum. Emphatic finish by Tatum.
Tatum, like most players, is best when he's aggressive and attacking the basket.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, his chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Here's George. Nice D from Porzingis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Pass to Brown. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
To Porzingis. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum finds a way.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
And here's George for 3. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Down low and finished off by Brown.
The athletic Brown with a big-time slam. You got to defend him better than this.
Maxey attacking. Outside for George. Shoots over Brown. That doesn't go either for George. Celtics leading by 8. Outside Tatum. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Driving to the basket. And stolen by White. Through contact, Tatum.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And Joel Embiid gets the 3. Embiid's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Not known for a quick release, but Embiid showing he has that ability as well.
Here's Brown. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Here's Holiday. 5 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, Holiday is deceptively tall and strong and has great point guard skills, and that makes it really hard to defend him.
The 76ers trail by 9. And George, here we go. Maxey on the wing. He's got 6, and it's good for 2.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
Back to Brown. And here's Tatum for 3. They get the rebound. Pass to Pritchard. Another shot. Tatum no good. 76ers trailing. Here's George. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Because of his incredible scoring ability, many consider George to still be a star.
And he drives in. The kick out to Brown. Tatum wide open. He fires one. A three-pointer is right on target.
3 points.
Tatum's got 11 in the second half. Pass to Embiid. Here's Maxey. Back to Embiid. The shot off that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Tatum. Tatum gets it inside.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
37.
What a performance.
The Celtics, 47.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Edwards to the wing right side. Here's Embiid. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Embiid's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the 76ers. Outside, White lets the 3 fly. And again, Boston with the triple.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
Lowry up top. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Puts it up off the inbound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
His second personal foul.
You know, you can't go for the shot fake. As soon as Embiid has you in the air, it's over. You're done.
And they haven't let points get away from them at the line tonight. That's always something that'll allow a coaching staff to breathe a little easier.
Pass to Hauser. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. He reminded his team, we're up. All the pressure is on them. Let's just keep playing our game. Makes sense because they've got a nice lead late in this game. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. That one misses.
And really, as solid as he's been at the line, I had already chalked those points up. Goes to show you, though, don't take anything for granted.
Embiid with the bucket.
Well, you know, there's only so much you can do against Embiid, guys. I mean, he's such a terrifically skilled offensive player with great size. I mean, he plays pretty much through any kind of contact.
A post shot. Out to White. White a screen. Pass to Pritchard. 4 on the shot clock. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Celtics lead by 8.
You know, whenever White sees an open teammate, he's getting the ball to him right away. No hesitation.
Back to Embiid. Embiid throws it down.
And not only does he get all the way to the rim in traffic, but how about he goes to the reverse?
You got to be kidding me. That was awesome.
No, that was outstanding, guys.
Pass to Horford. A steal. And Lowry has it in the corner. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Celtics leading by 6. Inside. And here is Horford. Pass to Pritchard. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. And the Celtics with possession here. And here's Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Tatum, that's for 2. George with the defensive effort. And it's George finishing it off.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Holiday attacking. And Holiday throws it down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. To the middle. Here's Tatum. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And it's an 8-point Boston lead.
Tell you what, Tatum using his length for positioning inside, able to operate well in the paint.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Celtics.
Look, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside, and that was working all game long.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jason Tatum.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
3-pointer by Embiid. Another miss by Philadelphia. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's his first foul.
Third team foul.
Philadelphia on D. A 12-point game. Cornette. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
That's his second.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And a deep 3 from George. They get it again. And And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge,
Badder done. Anyway we see them, we a bang pan another one. Boss up. Any boy this ballot on them in a bad man, you know where vibes can done. Vibes can done with a sound boy for fun. Big bad man from out of England. Bassline drop, I tell you who Nobody better than we. Nobody better than we. Badder than, bad from me bad. Where you get your badder from? Where me get? Coulda come from Afghanistan. They no want see this cross, make me up in me hand. But man, you know me vibes can done. Lyrics them a fire like a from a big badder man from outer England. When me lyrics start fire, watch out some wire. Yo. My guy this day program shut up. Them say them a bad man, me have a hawk. Which one when we have dead it. Them.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Berry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now here's Durant. Pass to Bowl. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Zubats. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Booker. Allen, right side. 6 to shoot. And Booker with the jam.
And Booker now in attack mode. That's the kind of hard-charging approach he needs to have to get points on the board.
To the middle. Outside for Harden. Floats one. Bowl grabs the board. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with the head coach for the Suns, who told me that one key will be holding James Harden in check. He said they don't want to let Harden get too much penetration, and when he does drive the lane, they're going to shade him left and force him into his weaker right hand. It's a strategy teams have used on Harden before, so we'll see how effective it is tonight.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
And Booker just one of these guys who's calculating on the offensive end. He's trying to figure out what defenses are doing. He's always working hard to find shots, and he's going to influence the game with the way he can produce.
Now here's Dunn. Shot from the wing. And that one comes up a bit short.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
That one falls.
Not fair of a coach to send out one defender against Kevin Durant, skilled at fighting through whatever challenges the D wants to throw at him.
Zubac, screen.
That's about as good a job you can do as a defender. Affect the shot and grab and secure the rebound.
Booker no good.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
I'll tell you, Booker just so slick in there.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Simmons. Banked it in off the glass.
The paint is where Simmons excels at finding points. He knows how to own the inside.
There's a screen by Bull. Booker attacking. Bull down low. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It goes on Nick Batum.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. Now here's Simmons. Pass to Batum. From behind the arc. Drills it from deep.
And that's where Nicholas Batum is so dangerous. Man, if he was in boxing, he could be a corner man.
Here's Booker. Batum pulls it in. Clippers trail by 4. Now here's Simmons. Drives to the hoop. Outside Bogdanovich. Batum sets a screen. Shot clock at 6. Oh, it's blocked by Bull. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Bull's got 5 now. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Phoenix.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And it's in there. He's got 7.
Well, that was just a quick glance from KD. He looks at the defense and makes the play.
Simmons with the bucket.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
On the wing, Durant. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Shot by Leonard, no good. The Suns lead by 6. For 3, Allen. The rebound by Bogdanovich. Right side, Simmons. Pass to Leonard. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Just pounding the paint. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Clippers trail by 6. Batum outside. Coffee on the wing. Batum in the post. Booker with the defensive effort. And it's Durant gliding in for the fast break finish.
How about those long strides, Durant quick in the open court and then right to the rim.
Rejected by Bull. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by Bull. Here's Harden. The Suns lead by 8. A strong finish from KD inside.
Such a difficult defensive matchup as KD is impossible to guard around the basket.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Batum outside. Jacks up a 3. Nails it from 3. Batum's got 6.
Batum getting the ball and just really relaxing on that, Jay.
Here's Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant. And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 7. And here are the Suns now. They've led by as much as 10. And what you like about James Harden, he can play with any set of teammates, Brent.
Well, we're seeing this transition, BA, right, from Harden being this elite offensive system by himself to now being a better teammate, a guy who can facilitate and set guys up to make better offensive plays. So not shouldering the entire load anymore. He's been very flexible over the past couple seasons.
On the wing, Harden. No made baskets yet. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Durant inside. Here's Bull. Can't get it to drop. Batum with the defensive effort. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, guys, a lot of new developments for the Clippers this season, and obviously they had the new arena, new designs for their logo, jerseys, and court. Not only that, their G League team moving into a brand new arena in Oceanside, renewing the San Diego Clippers moniker. Brian, a lot to be excited about for this Clips team.
No question. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Durant with the bucket.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many good decisions.
Harden with it. Durant covering. Here's Batum. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Batum's got 8 here in this quarter.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Outside Bull. The 3 is up. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Leonard. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
And despite his injury history, Kawhi still has the ability to take over games, Brent.
Yeah, does it feel, B.A., that Kawhi sometimes is even more patient and more deliberate in the way he delivers in games? I think he's the type of talent that can slow himself and the game down at his will and still be a lockdown defender.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Clippers trail by 11. Harden scanning the floor. Left side Jones. Off target with the three.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
They get it back. Outside Durant. Lets the three fly. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup. Durant's got 15 points.
Yeah, pull out your dictionary, look up the term pure scorer. You might see a picture of one Kevin Durant.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
Suns foul.
Harden hits them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Down low. What a throwdown from KD.
The slam from KD, just getting to the rim for an easy one.
Powell sets a screen. Harden drives in. Jones from outside. He buries it from three. Jones has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Into the lane. And it's slammed in by Durant.
And here's the best way to get an earful from your coach. Give Kevin Durant that kind of path to the basket. Wow, discussion to follow.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Harden. Clock at 6. Jones from outside. And Los Angeles, another three.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Phoenix. Oh, what a quarter. He was absolutely on fire offensively. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Batum outside. Shot by Leonard, no good. The Suns lead by 10. Durant looking around. Over Leonard. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Durant's got 21 points in the game.
KD unafraid to get to the mid-range, and he can get there at will.
Batum outside. Let's go with a three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Now here's Booker. 6 points for him. Durant with it. Guarded by Batum. Count the basket. Durant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And now the Suns fast break. Top of the key.
Serena, Selena, let's start a whole choir, I like the way that you get your own back, you don't need no one help you inspire, Baby, let's be a movie, come with me, know that I'm choosy, I need you to back it up, that ain't fast enough, you know I'm man enough, and I don't play about it, you know that I'm about it, I like the way your body is that too obvious, okay, now I'm on fire, I need someone, I need Tyler, I need Red Money, Rebecca, Serena, Selena, let's start a whole choir, I like the way that you get your own back, you don't need no one help you inspire,
cero. La raya, seguimos on fire, aquí no se falla. Nunca le sale por más que lo ensayan. Cuando hay que apretar me vuelvo Super Saiyan. Subiendo de level como Sander Saya. En las Olimpiadas con todas las medallas. Van a extrañarme el día que me vaya. Todos los tuyos quieren tirar la toalla. A la hora cero, en la raya. Seguimos on fire, aquí no se falla. Nunca le sale por más que lo ensayan. Cuando hay que apretar me vuelvo Super Saiyan. Subiendo.
We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. And the... by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Improving how versatile he can be. Holmgren, fantastic dime in the screen and roll.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Pass to Edwards. It's deflected. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Williams. Dort with the ball. Buries the long-range jumper.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
Out to Edwards. And here is McDaniel. 6 to shoot. Edwards inside. Over Williams. And Holmgren pulls it down.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Minnesota off to a slow start. It's a 5-point game. Conley into the lane. Outside, Edwards. Going inside. It's deflected. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A beautiful reverse layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket of the game.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Here's Edwards. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there, if he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Holmgren can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here is Conley. Outside, Edwards. Outside for Randall. Sinks the three-pointer.
You know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Going into the
Timberwolves trailed by 4. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
Edwards got a tight handle now and enjoys breaking out these types of moves on him.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Shoots. Mike Conley grabs the miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the basket by Edwards.
You know, when you're a guard like Edwards, I think you need the teardrop in your arsenal. Too many great rim protectors in the NBA. That's a shot you need to have.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Oklahoma City now. Down low. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Back to McDaniel. Over to the wing. Inside. Reed. Pass to McDaniels. Rebound by Williams. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him. Over Randall. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Here's Minnesota. Over in the corner, McDaniels. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Oklahoma City out in front. They're up by 2.
The Thunder's 13.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
D.A., the versatility. That is pretty special. Here's Reed. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and, you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions. on the glass. He steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Caruso. And that one is stuffed right through.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Here's Clark. And there's the drive. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Now DiVincenzo. Now Reed. Just 5 to shoot. That one good for 2. Reed's got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now, this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Pass to Miller. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's Wiggins. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. And the Thunder lead by 2. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timbers going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. Was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. To the inside. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. .136 left to play here in the second quarter. Now here's Randall. From deep. And Holmgren pulls it down. The Thunder lead by 4. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. Here's Wallace. Nothing on the board. To the middle. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Edwards looking it over. Gobert in the corner. Out to Edwards. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
Here's Gobert. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Williams. That was something to see.
Good. And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And the shot goes in.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 5. From Target Center, back in a moment. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. Wants to get it to Randall and does. Up top, Dort. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Holmgren gets the bucket.
And playing up tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. It's stolen by Dort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Michael Conley picks one up.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Timberwolves trailed by 9. Edwards with it. Williams picks him up. Back to Edwards. Randall right side. Has to Gobert. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Inside, Gobert. And Gobert throws it down.
Frenchman doesn't mess around down there. Gobert, what a vicious throwdown.
Mark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. Now, I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Outside for Randall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And, you know, you look at guys like Randall who don't have that eye-popping athleticism or length. The pump fake is a great equalizer.
Both free throws good from Randall.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Here's the screen. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 9 now for Oklahoma City. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Randall surveying the D. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the high post. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Pass to Gobert. Driving in. That's tipped. McDaniels with the ball.
2 minutes.
Randall outside. Gobert in the corner. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. 1:49 left in the third quarter of the game. Screen by Hartenstein. To the left wing. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Gobert with the block.
This is what Gobert is known for, his ability to swat shots away with ease.
Here's Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Randall. Count it. Randall's got 7.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And a new group in here for the Thunder. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Wallace has got his first 2 points.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
Over to the left wing. Here's Caruso. Unable to get that one. Some solid defense from Clark. Here's DiVincenzo. Clark outside. Randall down low. And he converts the layup. Now just a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
Randall's got an unorthodox game, but he's got a good, strong upper body, which makes him a very consistent scorer inside.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Randall. And Randall throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Thunder out in front.
The Thunder, 45.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Timberwolves trailed by 5. Now DiVincenzo. Ball's knocked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Pass to Holmgren. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defended by DiVincenzo. Here's Hartenstein. Back to Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. And here's the fast break. Here's Alexander Walker. Off target with his 3. The Thunder lead by 5. Pass to Holmgren. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Here's Hartenstein. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Gilgeous-Alexander is so dangerous in these pick and roll sets.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He has decided it's the right time to talk. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, I listened in on what Chris Finch was talking about with his players. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks, David.
Pretty tricky and sweet pump fake move by Edwards there, pulling the defender in close to get the foul drawn.
And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they performed at the line.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Back to Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren trying to get open. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. 19 points for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to DiVincenzo. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander trying to free himself up. Over Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 7. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. No good on the triple.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Pass to Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Edwards. Taking it in, Anthony Edwards.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, the Timberwolves. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander to the right side. Stolen by McDaniels.
And, you know, you could see him baiting into that one. He was just waiting on that pass, and as soon as it came out of the post, he was all over.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
And blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder, just an all-around terrific basketball player.
Here's Edwards. Whoa, a little extra right there from Edwards.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rim.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Takes the 13-footer. That one rolling around and rims out. Dort, left side. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And now a 12-point Oklahoma City lead. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Out to Edwards. Pass to Gobert. And here is Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And here's Edwards from the arc. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That will get him his 4th foul of the game and give the bonus. Rule head to the line for 2. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory.
Some jewels that'll break my rules. On front page, see you. Page 6, call me for the interview. But can you look afford my view? Only bad ones in my crew. And you know that I'll ride in 2. Then plus me, plus we, plus you. Catch a flight for the weekend, and I was thinking Mallorca could be real cute. I was born kinda spoiled and rude, and there's not much that I can do. So, what's up? Better fix your face so step. Better get everything I want. And I know you're gonna really give it up, cause do you wanna ride? We can catch a flight. Anywhere in the night. Text me and I just might. Do you wanna ride? We can catch a flight. Come around the night. Prove it and I just might. Do you wanna ride? We can catch a flight. Anywhere you like. Prove it and I just might. Do you wanna ride? We can catch a flight. Anywhere you like. Prove it and I just might. I'm doing my dance. I'm doing my dance. I'm doing my dance. I'm doing my dance. Popping this. I'm doing my. Popping this. I'm doing my dance. I'm doing my dance. Doing my. I'm doing my dance.
I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the 4th member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. It'll be the Mavericks off the tip. Irving with it. Over Fox. Irving, that's good. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Pass to Castle. Back to Wembanyama. Mavericks with the rebound. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Dallas shooting their first free throw of the game here. Doris, one place you see this Dallas team show up is in the hustle stats.
B.A., this version of the Dallas Mavericks is as tough and as gritty and as willing to compete as any I've seen.
The 3, Gafford. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Irving. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. And it's Fox with the jam.
Lift off there for Fox, showing how high up he can get.
Here are the Mavericks now with the ball. Irving with a deep 3. Dallas, no good that time either. Pass to Barnes. Outside Wembanyama. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
And it's Fox missing.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Irving looking around. Launches the 3. San Antonio with a rebound. Fox outside. Outside Barnes. Powell with a steal. The finish. And Powell with the stuff.
The speed on the break from Powell right now. Just booking down the court and getting to the basket.
Pass to Barnes. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Thompson right side. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Boy, beautiful shot off contact. That is what you get with a bigger guard like Klay Thompson.
To the inside. Wembanyama.
The size advantage gives him a clear path to the shot.
Outside Irving. Pass to Davis. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Spurs. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Here's Kessel. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Outside Irving. Pass to Gafford. Shot clock at 6. The 15-footer. San Antonio with a rebound.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. A big group substitution here for San Antonio. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Irving. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Paul with the bucket.
Well, Chris Paul by nature wants to pass the ball, but if you leave him open, he understands he's got to make those shots.
Pass to Davis. Will it go? It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Right wing. Inside. No good with a layup. Mavericks trail by 5. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance. This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Now here's Wembanyama.
When Wembanyama has the ball in there, I mean, it's often a bucket, a foul, or both.
These are his first free throws of the game. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
It's good. The assist that time from Paul. Wembanyama's got 8 points.
Not exactly what Coach wanted coming up the floor, but he'll take it.
Connects from downtown. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. He had solid production this quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
Pass to Castle. Wembanyama hammers it down.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Davis has got his first 2 points. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Johnson on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks trail by 6. All right, Doris, Kyrie Irving is a special talent. What's his greatest asset, you think, on the floor?
Oh, B.A., this is a tough question. If you ask NBA players, they'll tell you the guy with the best handle historically is Kyrie Irving. But to me, his best attribute, fearlessness, the ability to deliver when it most matters.
Outside Paul. Pass to Johnson. Back to Paul. From deep. Klay Thompson pulls down the board. Here's Irving. He has 6. Now here's Davis. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for San Antonio.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. The Spurs making a switch here. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. There's the drive. Shot clock at 5. Oh, he drilled it. He's shooting 3 for 8 from the floor.
You are not going to find too many better in the mid-range than Kyrie Irving.
Here's Castle. Hasn't got one to fall yet. Wow, the athleticism of Fox.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Irving. It's rebounded by Biyombo.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Grant, when you talk about De'Aaron Fox, what an exciting player.
That he is, and just now entering the prime years of his career. We've seen him make great strides the last few years, and it's scary trying to think just how much he can still improve. Just a millisecond late, so close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it so close.
And the shot's good. And now an 8-point San Antonio lead.
I like it. Setting up Fox that time, getting him something in rhythm.
A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Irving's got 11 points.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
Spurs lead by 6. Pass to Biyombo. Here's Castle. To the middle. Oh, sweet move.
I tell you, you've got to love the energy and effort by Powell right now contesting shooters.
Outside Irving. Right side Davis. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And he can get that shot anytime. He really can shoot over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
To the paint. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vassell. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Back to Irving. Thompson outside. 5 to shoot. Powell sets a screen. Out to Thompson. Lets the three fly. Controls the rebound and the putback. Davis has got 6 here in the quarter.
And you really can't sleep on Davis's length, especially on the offensive glass.
Kicks it out to Barnes. The 3-ball. Buries it from 3. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Powell sets a screen. Pass to Davis. Let's go with a 3. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Davis has got 9.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Irving for 3. Rebound by San Antonio. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Thompson's shot is off. It's a neck-and-neck game in Dallas. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Vassell. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, too much length from Wemby.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Here's Irving. Uneasy, too, on the layup. He's got 13.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass and rhythm.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. San Antonio on top. They lead by 4. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game.
You love how Powell goes to work on the block, muscles his way to establish himself and deliver.
Vassell can't get it to go.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Wembanyama screen. Now here's Fox. Give him 8. Pass to Barnes. From outside, off the mark. The Mavericks trailing. Irving for 3. Barnes with the rebound. And Fox has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Down low. Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him delivering.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants to review the game plan. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Irving. And he drains the quick shot. Irving's got 15 points.
Kyrie Irving is lighting it up right now, just letting everybody see every aspect of skill to his game.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic. Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Powell sets a screen. Launches it. Again, Irving missing. San Antonio leading by 3. To the middle. And Biyombo slams it home.
Well, showing off that athleticism is Bismack Biyombo. That's an easy one.
Davis a screen. Irving for 3. Again, Irving missing.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Fox deciding where to go with it. Kicks it out to Barnes. On the wing, Vassell. Spurs need to get one up here. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Second free throw, no good. Inside, Wembanyama uses the glass on the layup. Wembanyama's got 6 points in the quarter.
If this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing, dominating on the inside.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Outside Paul. Pass to Wembanyama. Wembanyama with the easy 2.
Now CP3 knows every string to pull on the offensive end. What a pretty pass.
The 3 from Thompson. And the three-pointer goes. Thompson's got 5 now.
The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You better get a hand in his face.
Here's Wembanyama. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. Mavericks trail by 6. Irving attacking. Here's Thompson. Stolen by Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Outside Barnes. Sohan outside. Back to Wembanyama. Out to the right wing. Here's Castle. Shoots over Davis. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, and the jam by Wembanyama.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Sohan, left side. Wide open. That shot off the mark.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth.
48.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Mavericks trail by 8. Davis a screen. And it's Irving missing. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. And the basket by Castle.
Well, Castle got out in transition and ends up getting trusted with finishing the fast break, which he does.
Irving for 3. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Sohan outside. Pass to Barnes. To the paint. 6 to shoot. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
What you want from a guy who's going to be a defensive specialist is understand your role, be ferocious, and be aggressive. And that's what you get with Bismack Biyombo.
Mavericks trail by 9. Now Irving. He's covered by Fox. Powell outside. And the call over the back.
The way he was going over and through the man in front of him, he should have known the whistle was coming.
Well, silly foul. He realized it when it happened. That's where you'd like to see him show a little bit more discipline.
Fox left side. To the inside. Wembanyama. The 3 from Barnes. Good. And the assist to Wembanyama. And the Spurs lead by 12.
That's called working the catch-and-shoot game to perfection. Barnes on balance and on point with his shot mechanics.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message that Jason Kidd was giving to his team. He told them, quote, if we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart, show some pride. It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Fox with the ball. Checked by Washington. And here's Irving. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Irving's got 19 points.
Well, you know that Kyrie is going to be looking for a shot in that situation. It isn't hard for him to find one ever, it seems.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
He sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that.
That's one for the highlight reel right there. He didn't hold back anything on that finish.
Vassell's shot is good.
And when Wings take it down low, good things happen.
Mavericks trail by 12. Here's Irving. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Now Fox. Here's Vassell. Takes it inside.
And he's really got some speed. Vassell saw the hole and took off.
And it's Irving missing. San Antonio leading by 14. Pass to Castle. Powell with a steal. Washington outside. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Fox with the ball. Right side Barnes. Vassell left side. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Fox. Davis with the defensive effort. Dallas now, time running out. And here's Thompson for 3. Irving for 3. Rebound by San Antonio. They've led by as many as 14. Vassell outside. Over to the wing. Out to Fox. Here's the 3. Powell pulls it in. This gives him an opportunity to get within 10. Irving attacking from the high post. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line.
I think one of the things you have to be in awe of is how creative and how elusive Kyrie Irving is to deal with when he's cooking offensively. This guy truly a remarkable talent.
And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off.
Get your move or you gon' lose. Some keep telling me I can't go. Some keep telling me them. Some keep telling me stay on the road. Some keep telling me give it a little minute and its true colors gon' show. Some keep telling me keep me up. Some keep telling me get it and go. Some keep telling me